Cool. We're doing dual lives.
Dual lives.
I just dropped a rock in my lap.
Look at me. I look so dark and mysterious.
And I feel, I guess the tanning did do its job today because I feel dark.
Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Boo Crew representation in my chat. We love this. We stand this. I'm being so for real. If you want comments to be seen, you're going to have to come down to mine because my phone's closer to where we can actually read it. Kim Bridges, Abigail, Presenius. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Wednesday. Special guest on the Wednesday is Rebekah the Ghost Guide.
The Ghost Guido. So I am low-key crashing officially Catherine's live because we wanted to go live. To talk about the show that we were both just on called Love Don't Judge. We had some comments we wanted to make about what happened with the final edit, as well as to answer some of the questions that came up. For anybody who's not seen that, go check it out. It's on a channel called Love Don't Judge. It's also on a YouTube channel called Truly. I believe it's on Truly now, but it will be at some point. Anyway, they are huge YouTube channels. Like Truly, for example, has over 10 million subscribers. The cool thing was they contacted me. We talked to both of us. We had a film crew come out for a day, and there was pay involved, and they had a professional team editing, marketing, etc. That was the exciting part. The scary part... Oh, you got a corgi butt.
I did get a corgi butt. Thank you, Jenna.
The scary thing was, it was talking about... You got another corgi butt.
Thank you, Em. Thank you for the corgis.
If anybody wants to give me a corgi butt, that's fine. I don't even know what it's called.
It's corgi hearts.
Corgi hearts. I like corgi butt. Anyway.
What would you say the scary part is the comment?
The scary part was handing over personal stories for other people to edit.
Yes.
I am very close to the Ghost Skits playlist, and for the most part, we've kept our relationship pretty private. And this really put that into a public light. So that's where we are. Do you have anything you want to say about that?
There's a lot of steps forward, I would say, that have been taken in the openness of the conversation. I'm not a very open, person in that regard. I keep a lot of my personal life personal. Thank you, Swan Queen, for the swan. Stay true to your name. I keep a lot of my personal life personal. I do like to have that, and doing this was very much okay. We're gonna be open, and we're gonna talk about Rupert and your story as me, the supporting character, coming in and assisting in the way that I did.
But you turned out to be a not supporting character. That was another thing. From the very beginning, it was like they contacted me. It was going to be about the story that I had shared on TikTok, and then they fell in love with you.
I'm awesome. I don't know if you guys know this or not. It might be the Bat fan, but I'm pretty cool. They definitely suddenly had a real big interest in talking to me, and I was just like, okay. With things like this, I've done things like this before. For those who don't know, I was actually on Animal Planet, so I've done this kind of process before. They come into your space, they talk to you, they do interviews with you, things like that. I was not expecting to have full interviews the way that I did. I was expecting them to just be supportive phrasing, and I was just oh, I'm getting asked actual questions. Oh, okay.
Really, it started out, they were oh, we'd like a few interviews with Catherine, if that's cool. And we were okay, cool. And then we talked about it, and then you ended up filming with us the entire day. Thank you for the heart. I have to do a heart because I have got a rock in my hand. So, I mean, clearly they just found all the reasons to love you that I love about you, and that's why you were on there. So thank you for the gifts.
I don't know what it is. It could be because I'm so starkly different.
I think that's what made us so, you were on there. So thank you for the gifts.
I don't know what it is. It could be because I'm so starkly different.
I think that's what made us so interesting, because they were kind of earthy, crunchy, preppy with this.
Not crunchy. Don't ever say
I'm not
crunchy again.
I thought I was crunchy.
No, you're not quite crunchy.
Okay, well, prove me wrong. Okay, so
we're gonna have a live stream with my chaos people of the Boo Crew. We're gonna talk about the crunchy pipeline. That's what we're gonna talk
there's
about.
a crunchy pipeline?
I don't want to get into that's not what we're talking about today. We're not talking about the crunchy pipeline.
I'm not on the internet nearly as much as you are.
Something great to know about me. I am a pop culture icon over here. I unknowingly know so many things about pop culture only because I'm in pop culture, so.
Okay, so I'm not crunchy. Correction, I
love how everybody's like, not crunchy.
Okay, I've been proven wrong. Okay, so they're even on my side. Great.
Thank you, Kaylin, for the rose.
So cool. Well, I'm earthy.
That's better. Hi, Russell. Thank you for the heart. You're earthy. You're down to earth. Is a better way to put that.
I am what you see.
So, yeah. So where did we want to start?
Well, I actually made points to talk about based on the video. So if you haven't seen it, go give it some love.
That's how you know that somebody else started the planning process. I don't plan anything.
Oops.
That's what's such a great balance between the two of us. I'm chaotic, and then I have a plan.
Anyway, okay.
I need that type A personality to balance me.
So, cool. Well, typically I don't have notes for my lives. I did have notes today because I did a live on all the research I did on Rupert, which is a whole dissertation that is now up on my YouTube if you are interested in checking that out, if you were following the Rupert story. I'm very proud of it, and I only realized recently that I had not shared it with anybody, so I was like, cool, I'm gonna do that. So, hello people who are joining. Okay. For those who have seen... Oh, thanks. Somebody was like, I want to see Rebekah.
There's only so much room in my closet.
Oh my goodness. Oh, but now you're out of...
I'm fine. I'm right here. Thank you, Erin, for the heart. I'm right here. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm good.
I'm looking... We're doing dual screens.
Is that better?
Okay, I'm getting awkward.
Are you alright?
No.
Usually it's me that's acting like a nut. Thanks, Tiffany, for the corgi.
More corgi butts.
I love corgis.
Okay, I'm getting...
Oh no, my bats.
I'm getting funny awkward because I've never actually talked about us on a live before. Though now...
Well, this is what it looks like.
Well, we kind of publicly outed ourselves on this YouTube channel thing. I know your Boo Crew knew. My Patreon's new. If you follow my personal Instagram, you would have known. Surprise!
Samantha Page, thank you so much for subscribing to the Boo Crew. The chaos awaits you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
And now you'll know things.
We definitely, I would say, keep a certain amount of professionalism when it comes to our work.
Right.
So it might not have been so, oh my God. Because we very much like work as creators when we're creating. Mm-hmm. So we're not all just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But I guess we gotta do that now.
No. Well, that's the thing too. Like, I never want to make anybody feel weird, whether you're viewing or not, in regards to like my like relationship status with somebody or anything like that. So that was part of it. For anybody who's wondering, just to address this, because for some reason I have to keep addressing this, I have not been with the ex. If you're thinking of a person right now who's in some of my skits, I have not been with him for over a year now. Like, well over a year. Somebody gave me a corgi butt. Thank you. I didn't realize I would have that reaction over a corgi butt. Thank you. Anyway, so, yeah, I don't feel like I need to explain that any more than I did mention it in a ghost skit, and I think I have mentioned it in lives. I don't really want to get into all of that on a public thing because I'm not here to spread negativity. So that's my story. All these corgi butts. I know it's corgi hearts, but I'm forever calling it a corgi butt.
You guys are great. Thank you so much for all the corgis, the heart puffs. You guys are the best. No, I don't think... I think you've pretty well established that position on that situation, generally speaking. So I don't see where it has to be talked about again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Truly.
Thank you, Vesta.
that's the thing. It's it is kind of a wild thing, even on like my personal Instagram and like personal posts. People will be like, does he approve? What does he think? Da 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 da. He's not in my life at all anymore. So just laying that out flat. Anyway, if my expression does not speak for myself.
Cleansed. Thank you, Vesta. Cleansed. It has been cleansed. That is my position.
It's beautiful.
It has been cleansed. It has been cleansed, and we have refreshed. We've regrounded ourselves, and now we are moving forward. That's what we're doing.
So, that to say, now that that's in the ground, we're a thing. We've been a thing for a while.
Something.
Part of the reasons why you may have seen on my long form content, we kept meeting up in halfway places when we lived 8 hours apart, and in order to justify some of the costs and to assist with that, I would film things, and it so happens that you being a paranormal investigator, me being a psychic medium, you also being a psychic medium, and me not knowing anything about paranormal investigating but liking ghosts, it really worked out with both of our channels.
I was gonna say it was a mutually beneficial situation.
Look at you with all like the appropriate terms, and I'm like, I
like how you cannot handle yourself at all. As I'm just like, yes, hello, this is a thing, and this is how this works. And Rebecca's just like, oh my god.
This is why I took notes, and this is why I don't typically go live.
Does anyone? Oh,
what?
Yeah, no, nothing. It's fine. I'm just like checking my comments because I love my people. Thank you so much for being here. But anyway,
yes, and thank you for saying that. I just see the comment that you mentioned. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna fan you guys so you can calm down for a second. Any other elder millennials get reminded of Ross from Friends when Rupert said, "I'm fine." That is funny. Death's Call. I love your username, by the way. Thank you so much. Irish, I'm great. Thank you. Like,
I have to do funny things to look at the comments. Okay, great. Thanks for checking in. Sorry.
I was like, where are you going?
I'm looking at my comments.
Where are you going, Rebecca?
I have a ring light around my comments.
I love this is about as unhinged as we usually get. So this actually worked out just fine, guys.
Excellent.
Actually, so like with that, like, you know, if you got tired of seeing my face, too bad. It is what it is. But it's also like a balance between the two of us as creators that we will create separately and then we will work together because we work in the same field. We do the same things. We both work in psychic mediumship. I do paranormal investigating. I'm on the readers team. Like, we are going to overlap. Thank you for sending that for that corgi. We're going to overlap in many different capacities. So yeah, seeing us together, not really that big. No, this shouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah. So
we complement each other really well. I suppose.
I think so.
Look at me, I'm so
I think we
fancy
confuse
right
people on the street, which is important to me.
I'm a scary dog.
And I'm me.
Orange cat, black cat.
Oh, wow, you're so right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. I know my things. I know my pop culture TikTok references.
You are correct. Yes.
I'm
okay.
aware.
And I am a cinnamon bun.
Looks like a cinnamon bun is a cinnamon bun. Looks like they could kill you is a cinnamon bun. Depends on who you are. I also can look like they could kill you, will kill you, but it all depends, you know?
Anywho, okay, so...
Don't mind us. Don't mind us. We didn't plan this at all. Like, this just is what it is.
Not us, like, before the live being like, let's talk about points that we're going to talk about. Oops.
I'm staying on task.
You are... How did I get so off?
I'm so
sorry.
proud of myself for staying on task.
Okay, so cool, we covered that.
Can we talk about, like, do we want to talk about, like, comments and stuff so far?
You read the list?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep us on task.
Thank
I
you.
adore you. Please let me assist. How is, meh. I love you both. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So, comments. Let's talk about...
I got a hat.
You would look so good
Thanks,
in a cowboy hat.
What's that?
Vote for Rebecca to wear a cowboy hat in every video from here on out. I call it.
I don't have one of those.
Chaos. Chaos reigns. Anyway. So, comments.
Yes. Okay.
Let's talk about comments.
So, if you were on my Patreon, and I think this went out to all members, actually, even the free ones, where I shared the video a few days ago when it first came out. I also put below the video, I was like, look, I would greatly appreciate more corgi butts.
I'm special today.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe because it's my live goal gift.
Oh, well, that would make sense. I don't have live
and
goals.
Everybody adores the corgis. So.
This is good. That's the thing. The
judgy comments in the YouTube video was wild. Yes, I did read them because I have no self-control, and I did laugh at most of them. I did see some pretty comments. I did see some very particularly pointed comments. I saw some comments that actually made me laugh. I did see comments about picking at like how we look, how old we are, things like that, how we can't experience joy.
Low-hanging fruit. Yeah.
Can't experience joy.
One comment said, "Oh, they can't be that happy."
I had a comment that was just making fun of the way that I looked, and I was just like, bro, you don't think I've heard that before? Come on now. Like, give me something to cry about, literally.
Here's the thing. Yes, there were some negative comments. I asked my folks, and this goes out to anybody from either side. I make content to make other people feel less crazy. Because if you've ever had a haunted experience and no one around you believes you, you feel kind of wacko. So, I started putting my story out there. I was received very well. Thank you for
I saw your comment. Amazon. Just for you.
Dope. I put myself out there to make people feel like they had a better understanding. It was never with I was never trying to, hit people and be like, you have to believe me, this is real. That's not for me to do. I want people to be naturally curious, and whatever you believe in, so long as it doesn't hurt anybody else, is beautiful. I want that. I want people to look at the great beyond and be like, okay, what is this about? What does this mean to me? I want people to look at my videos and say, okay, does that resonate with me? Why or why not? That's what's important to me. And at the end of the day, I just want people to enjoy my stories. If you don't enjoy my stories, then bye. Like, that's fine.
If you're gonna do something like this, if you're gonna put yourself out there like that, what you have to understand about people generally in comments in that capacity is they're going to take what they want to take and not for what it actually is. They don't account for editing. They don't account for what was actually said. They don't account for the true nature of what the situation is. They go through the clickbaity, this is a hit video with blah, blah, blah views kind of thing. So their response is going to be because they want to be seen. They want their comment to hurt somebody, usually. And they're not watching the content entirely, or they're just taking the bits and just making their comments that they're going to make. I look good with a mustache on the first Friday of every month. So I mean, it is kind of like that is something that you are thinking about doing, like being in that capacity out there. Mm-hmm. It's something to think about generally, is that people are not actually going to care about what you're trying to bring to the table. They're only going to care about what kind of jokes they can make out of it.
Right.
So
here's the thing though. Trolls boost a video. It doesn't matter what comment you make. Thank you for the gift, Sally. It doesn't matter what comment you make. You are boosting that video by putting your energy into it and leaving a comment. So even if it's something bad, that boosts that video and that makes more people see. So all these trolls, thank you, ma'am. All these trolls are boosting the video right now. Mm-hmm. So it never made sense to me to be a troll. But all the same, I did ask people, and if you have the time and availability and energy, if you go on that video on any of the platforms that it's on, leave something positive. Just because there are people who are going to be watching those videos who also feel alone, and if they see all the negative comments, they will continue to feel alone, and they will continue to feel crazy, and they will continue to feel ostracized. That's not what I want. So when you leave a comment to your younger self.
Can I be so for real right now?
That's okay.
This ain't Texas. Woo. Ain't no hold 'em. Let me be so for real right now. As a psychic, medium, consultant, and reader, do you know how many times I've run into people that are like extremely close, like friends with ghosts, their guides, or they were past loved ones in a previous life, or their past loved one is still nearby, their husbands, their boyfriends, things like that. That happens all the time. And it is such a validating thing to be able to talk to me like, yeah, they still feel the same way. They feel exactly the way that you're feeling. And it's so helpful because it helps you to not feel alone. It helps you not feel like you're insane.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So there are lots of people out there who feel this. They would see like the comments of that video and be like, oh, I'm never going to tell a soul.
Yeah. And that's sad because more and more people are going to have spiritual experiences. It's just going to be the way things keep going. You don't have to believe it, but you know, maybe you'll see something.
I appreciate, Rebekah, that you would go through and leave a comment, but it was making you mad. I totally get that. I understand. It's fine.
It's not worth you.
Do not feel like you have to disrupt your peace to help protect our peace. Correct. It's fine. I'm at complete peace with this.
Yeah.
They can say whatever they want. Honestly, I've heard worse. If they could do something to actually hurt my feelings, I might actually be a little bit impressed, to be honest. Like, if I actually cried from a comment, whoo!
Yeah.
That means I've hit my cap. Hi, Krista!
We laughed at most of them, to be honest.
Oh, that's very nice. I thought people want never-ending love. Rupert actually is a perfect example of never-ending love. Don't start. Oh, look, you got my migraine manifestation. Yay!
Thanks for saying that. Okay, so we got through that point. Yeah.
Rebekah mentioned you earlier and said she did report cards. What is it I do? You do report cards.
You actually talk to folks.
I actually talk to people.
As in, like, past loved one frequency specifically.
Mm-hmm.
You should check out Catherine's booking page for more information
if you want to connect with your past loved ones. I am the past loved one reader on the team. I am the one that makes the connections in multiple different ways.
And I do a lot of other things.
You do report cards.
I do report cards. I talk to ghosts, spirit guides. I do energetic healings, cleansings.
I do like full on connection.
Yeah, we blend in some things both that we do. So if you feel like you connect with one of us over the other one, then check out if that one can help you out.
Thank you, Kali. Oh, and Krista. And I help.
I helped. Okay, so other things we wanted to mention from the Truly episode. You got another corgi butt.
You guys like me.
Man.
It's like my people really like me or something. It's really great. I love you guys. Thank you so much, Boo Crew. Thank you so much, everybody on my side of the live stream. It's very nice to have you here with me on this day.
Oh my, they're like gift bombing you with corgis.
I love it. Yay! I am very loved. Am I a real vampire? Absolutely. I just forgot to leave my teeth in today. That's all.
And I am here.
I don't know where the impression came that I'm a vampire, but I will take it. Thank you, Kali, for the heart. What's your rock for the day? What is that rock?
Corgi butt! Thanks, Liz. Thank you, Liz. This is I believe it's a citrine. It's to help with communication, not so much grounding.
Is that rock?
I realize, though, whenever I hold this, I get so everywhere with my conversations.
Mm-hmm. Try that.
Healing?
Yeah, heal whatever it is that's making you act silly willy. Or is there another rock?
Give me the black one. I guess that was a rude way to say it. Give me the black one. Can we trade? Okay. This one looks like a spike. Okay, wow. Anyway, thank you, Sally.
Heal myself. Yes, please.
I have to be careful. TikTok will be like, is that violent? It is a rock, TikTok.
Encouraging conversation instead of improving clarity. Anyway, as you were.
Okay, so things from the comment section that I wanted to address. One, the historical bit on Rupert, a Welshman, wouldn't have been in the 82nd Regiment. Yeah, that totally threw me through a loop as well. I thought I was losing my whole mind. If you want to go check out the live that I just posted on YouTube, it goes into how it happened that he became a part of the 82nd. He was originally part of the Welsh Fuelers. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Fullers. Fullers. I got this.
I'm so glad I have you to talk for me.
Also have me to fill in the blanks. I'll just be quiet until you need me to say words.
No.
Silence. Silence, Catherine.
Oh, I want to talk about Rupert's accent.
Okay. Listen. And I know there's some historical-esque people in here. Thank you guys so much for the corgis. I know there's some historically aligned people in here that are going to totally understand that accents were different back then versus now. What you hear as a British accent is not the accent that the British would have had back when we were doing the American Revolution thing. Even like the Welsh accent, especially with where Wales was with England, where they were being suppressed by the English, they would have had to try to replicate an English accent of the time to make sure that they blended in and not be seen as Welsh. However, they were very like Welsh.
Well, specifically, Rupert was an overachiever.
Yes.
He did not want to be perceived as Welsh. He very much studied the English people who were overseeing his units and his regiments. He wanted to not sound Welsh. Now, here's the thing. And this is an important thing I wanted to mention with my skits. So if you see my skits, you're like, oh, he has an English accent in your skits. Yes, I had to create distinction. That was an artistic choice on my part to merge better with the understanding of the time.
Sorry, Ari.
American English is closer to English back then than modern British English. Exactly. So after the Revolution, basically the English did not want to sound like Americans anymore. They wanted something to make them have them distinction for themselves. So they started to create a new accent. It happens. This is how accents form. Mm-hmm. Okay. Rupert sounds American.
Yes.
For the most part.
As a clairaudient.
As a clairaudient.
So as a clairaudient, I have heard Rupert speak at times. And when he speaks, it's definitely, it's not super low. Is it okay if I try to do it, or?
Oh, yes.
Ah, Jesus.
Yes.
No, you got too excited.
No, you have to.
All right, so let me see if I can do it out of memory. So when I hear Rupert talk, if I ask him a direct question, I'll be like, hey, are you busy today? It would usually just be like, why? It's very, it doesn't have like a big accent to it. If I'm like, hey, can you tell me what this is? He'll just look at it and be like, clearly that is a Reese's. Like, that's kind of what he sounds like when I hear him anyway. Mm-hmm. So there's your clairaudient drop. I've also helped with the Welsh words at times too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can hear them. Whereas I'm like,
I can hear with my ears. Yeah. So Bostonia has more of an accent than Rupert. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can hear a little bit of a flair behind his words, but it's not like he's talking like this or anything like that. It's very controlled and quiet.
Okay, so
you're welcome.
Yes, and you'll actually notice in more recent videos where Rupert is there, the accent is not as hard. Why? Because my clairaudience has gotten better. I still primarily have inner ear clairaudience, but that's still a thing. So, wanted to address that.
I'm good at things.
You are good at things. I like the things that you are good at. The question, if Rupert didn't incarnate, why did you?
That's I can just scoot right out of this live stream for that part.
Do you want to? It's your people. You might get more corgi butts.
Go for it.
Well, is that...
where am I gonna go? There's nowhere to go through the wall.
I'm
just gonna slide out. Roll out
into a ghost, leaves through the wall. And
I'm literally gonna pull Homer Simpson into this wall, just like a hedge. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay, so the short version is Rupert was so upset he didn't want to. He has told me in having reviewed it more that he had folks to come and get him who were like, hey, it's time to go. And he basically gave him the bird and said, I'm staying here because Mary is somewhere. Now, if you're wondering, dang, Rebecca, you just flat out left after you went, didn't you? No. They were separated. And I get more into this in my book, which will be coming out at some point. Mary was taken away from town. She had a miscarriage, which was his, and she eventually passed. Now, I have, similarly to what I do for people with past lives, I can look back at different times in the in-between as well. I looked back at this and I realized that she stayed back as a kind of past loved one frequency, and she would sit on the grave of her child and talk to the child all about Rupert and her dad, as in, like, the child was a woman, so would talk about Rupert. And she did that in life, just like she did that after she passed. And that's just what she did every day for however long. Timey-wimey is weird over there.
Wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Something came to get her. She kept saying no. She kept saying, no, if Rupert's passed, he's going to come and get me, so I'm waiting for him. Rupert did not come because Rupert was very caught up in going to see her at her house, and he got very stuck in the mindset of, oh, I have to go get her. Oh, I have to go get her. But he was too attached to the physical because he thought she was still in the physical. So he kept going back to the physical location, whereas Mary stayed put and was expecting him to come because she did have a past loved one come to see her. So she was thinking, oh, well, if Rupert's passed, he's going to come and get me. So she waited for a long time. And then the saddest thing was she was like, oh, well, I guess if he's not here, then that must mean that he's alive and that he, you know, did the smart thing and got away from me because of an abusive situation and that kind of thing. So with a broken heart, she moved on. And let me tell you, that was really hard to work through when I realized that. That was really sad for Rupert because he didn't know that I had stuck behind in that life waiting for him. Thank you for the corky butt, because now I'm emotional. So yeah, that's what happened. It's not so much an easy answer. It's not so much Rebekah's a jerk because she left and he stayed. No, love is difficult and complex, and there are oftentimes not easy answers to these things. We kept looking for each other and we missed each other. He got lost in a fog. I did not. But Wilmington, a lot of folks get lost in that fog. I was a little bit outside of Wilmington at the time during that life. Did I kill the vibe? Am I a vibe killer? Oh, thank you for the hat. Sally, you
Everyone
win this life.
sent you hugs and faces and such as...
And faces.
And faces for support.
And thanks for the corgi butt.
I got corgi.
Yay. Okay, so I don't think we need to go into that answer anymore.
It's a lot more complicated than just saying because.
Yeah.
And also when you're thinking about it in the large, oh, you got the ocean. Can I get an ocean? Man, can I get some jellyfish, guys? That'd be cool. But anyway,
Thanks for genius.
I was gonna say something. When you're talking about the complexity of the way that we work and what we work in, we are not going to try to explain it in that capacity to, like, that kind of thing. That's not going to... One, that's probably not going to translate well because people are going to be like, what are you talking about? But it's also something of, like, talking about the complexities of, like, missing each other and being in the fugue state and doing this and doing this. Oh, thank you, Dark Shady, for the jellyfish. When you're talking about it in that context, it's very complex, and it's not something that would fit in a YouTube video. Oh, thank you. I stole your flowers. And your heart.
Yeah, we did hours of interview for 10 minutes.
Did we all know each other in a past life?
We did.
Yeah.
That's a whole other story.
we kind of, I was just kind of there sometimes.
Can I say?
Oh, yeah, sure. I guess so, yeah.
A small piece of you knew me in the life as Mary.
Yes.
We were both in not great households, and our main friendship was being able to exist in the same space with each other and not talk, which was nice.
Would you all be where you are now if you didn't go through all of that?
Ooh.
I don't know.
That's a great existential question.
The future is so malleable. If we hadn't, who knows if we had known the difference? You know what I mean?
It's a good answer. Good.
I got another subscriber. Yay! Thank you so much for subscribing to the Boo Crew. We have a special Discord for your love and viewing pleasure. When you join the Discord, you join the best place to be on the TikTok. Thank you so much. So, what's next?
So the next is your spotlight. Because
no.
Yes. Oh no.
Look, it's freaking bats. I love Halloween.
There's a part in the trailer as well as the full
Oh,
video.
I know what we're talking about. All right, listen.
Can you please shut the up.
Okay, alright, let me tell you, do you guys want some insider secrets about what the hell was going on that day? Because it's actually pretty kind of funny. Okay. I was not telling Rupert to chill the fuck out.
No.
Okay? I was not yelling at Rupert.
No.
I was not doing that.
I've never seen you yell at Rupert.
I've never yelled at Rupert
He's
a
never
day in
yelled
my
at
life.
you. Yeah.
I've never yelled at Rupert a day in my life. I don't have that. But anyway, so the reason why I was yelling was my guide. A dragon! Yay, thank you, Jennifer the Dragon!
That was cool.
The reason why I said, can you chill the fuck out, was because my guide was acting silly willies. And my guide can do some really wild stuff. Like turn lights off. So, do you guys want to hear some insider information of some
I do.
things? Okay.
Even though
so,
I was there.
Rebecca would like to. So anyway, so here's what happened. We're just, minding our own business, doing what we're doing. And this one light just turns off. And we were like, it's silly. And then the other one turned off. And they kept going back and forth. And then the guy was like, what is going on? At one point, he's like, it's the battery. We'll change the battery. We change the battery. It happens again. And then in here, I just hear, and I'm like, you absolute a-hole. Like,
He changed 2 batteries.
He changed 2 batteries, plugged it into the wall, moved it around the room, and could not get it to stay on.
Moved it to a different plug.
And at one point, at one juncture, and I swear, I was sitting there and I'm with Rebecca, and I hear my guy going, you want me to do it again? Light turns off. And so much so, this happened so much that the man who was filming us got very uncomfortable. Because he said, okay, once I can understand, twice I can figure that out. But this many times that's not.
He got a full haunted experience.
He was so agitated. He was like, he actually needed, like, you could see it in his face. He went from like, oh, okay. And then he was like, oh, okay.
He got quiet.
He got quiet and contemplative. He's like, well, I don't know what's going on. I know my equipment really well. I have no idea why it's doing that. It shouldn't do that. It's plugged into the wall. It's still turning off and on. And then that was the moment they decided to cut in of me saying, will you chill the fuck out? Was me yelling at my guide to chill the fuck out. And then it stopped. After I yelled, can you please chill the fuck out? It stopped. It never happened again.
And that was on a live, by the way. That live's on TikTok, my TikTok, by the way. Yeah, so here's...
Convert the non-believer!
Well, that's the thing. One, Chris Varner is his name. He's a local videographer. I thought he was absolutely wonderful to work with. He came in. He was so non-judgmental. He was very chill. He was protective of us. He was open-minded to the ghost thing. He's a local. He gets it. But he left a believer, and he straight up said that, too. He was like, I don't think I can just explain this gay away.
He truly started... There came a point... And I've seen this look before. But people come over to my childhood home. I've seen this look. And it's just like, okay, whatever you say. And then there comes a point in this process of being in the space when there's just like, it's a discomfort in the face. And I remember looking at him going, you all right there, bud? He was like, I'm kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie.
You had to take a second.
Yeah, he kept trying to go. He kept having to go outside, which I think was his break to be able to process what was going on. But yeah, we scared him.
But he eventually asked. He was like, "Can you tell him to calm down?" Like,
and that's when I told him to chill the fuck out.
What was that?
That's a train.
That's a train.
Train.
These gifts are so cool.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kira.
Here's the thing, they specifically, like, the network, the producers, they wanted, they actually asked a question at one point. They were like, is Rupert a trickster? What does he do that, like, messes with stuff around the house? It's like, nothing. Like, and they cut that out because that wasn't interesting to them. So they patched in the stuff from your guide to make it look like Rupert.
My guide was just trying to help. Like, my guide was just trying to make it interesting.
And he did help.
He did.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Presenius. This ain't Texas. Woo. Anyway, I'll just sing when gifts come through. That's fine.
Only a little bit, otherwise YouTube will slap me. Because when I repost this.
Should I sing it bad? So it doesn't. This ain't Texas.
Oh, this part too. Are you jealous
Bro,
of Rupert?
get out of my face with that. I could not believe they did me so dirty.
That was an editing thing.
Are you jealous of Rupert? And then me just going, was not talking about that at all. That is not the reason I took that breath, is because I took a breath of, I got a really interesting question and I was like, whoo, yeah, I gotta think about that for a second. And then they were like, oh no. And they reframed it to make it look like I was like, I'm jealous of Rupert. No, literally the answer you got was it. When he said, are you jealous of Rupert? I was like, I am not.
Like,
I have no reason to be jealous of Rupert.
And it's great TV. That's the thing. Them zooming in on you being like it was a perfect hook. Was it accurate though? No. Like, okay, Poly 101, all right? I do consider myself polyamorous in this situation, which is part of the video, okay? If you felt jealous of another partner, whether that's in spirit or not, I'm not doing my job as a partner. Because I should ensure, as the person between the two partners, that nobody feels left out, that nobody feels wanting, that nobody feels jealous. So keep in mind, because I know there's some sketch relationships out there, and I've heard of, and details, but like where people are like, oh, I'm gonna date somebody else, and you have to deal with it, and I don't want to hear how you're upset, and da-da-da-da-da, we're poly, you know, like that kind of thing. No. Being poly means you need double communication. You need extra communication, because you need to be sure everybody's on the same page and everybody's okay with one another. If not, if there's like a kink in the system, it does not work. It just ruins everything. Now, different poly relationships will look different depending on what kind of poly relationship it is, but if you were feeling jealous, or if Rupert were feeling jealous, that would be my fault. Because that means that I'm not providing to either of you the way that I need to as a partner.
They really wanted me to be like, there was a couple of things that they didn't air that I was just like, you really gonna ask me that?
Oh, there was a lot of things.
You're really gonna ask me that? Can I talk about some of it?
I don't see why not.
Okay, so are you jealous of Rupert? Oh, for sending us, yay, thank you. We finished our live goal. You guys are the best. Thank you for the support and being so wonderful, and thank you for all the corgis. I really appreciate it. You made
Same to my folks. I do really appreciate you. And thank you, mods, for answering questions.
Rebecca was really jealous of the corgis, so I'm excited that you get to see all the corgis too.
I got some corgis.
I know, I saw.
Okay.
Anyway,
I was like, I wasn't jealous.
So some things they asked me. One, are you jealous of Rupert? And I deadpan was like, no. No. Personally, for all those on Rebecca's side of the live, I will say that I came into the situation originally as trying to help Rupert.
Yes.
Truly. I wanted to help Rupert feel validated. Mm-hmm. And I remember the first time that I sat with him and was like, all right, here's what we're going to do. And then I gave a little speech, because that's what I do. And he was just like, okay, let's do this. So, like, my whole goal in that scenario in general was to help Rupert feel validated that he existed in the first place. Thank you for sending us. And then they also asked me, would you ever want to be in a relationship with Rupert? And I think I openly gagged when he asked me that question.
It's like they wanted that. They wanted you to be like secretly jealous.
Yeah, they wanted me to be like,
they wanted Rupert.
Yes, guys, I'm here to tell you, I am so in love with Rupert. I have been hiding this secret forever, and I'm going to blow up this lie by telling you now. I feel this way. No, legitimately though, when the guy was like, oh, okay, so you ready for a relationship with Rupert? And I went, I was like, no. Absolutely not. I was like, hell no. I started laughing. I was like, I'm uncomfortable. You even asked me.
Yeah.
I hate that. Don't ever ask me that again.
And that's the thing. Some poly relationships are like that, where it's a throuple. We are not a throuple. Just, yeah.
Because I'm a wonderful person.
Almost dropped my food.
Yeah, no, they asked me questions like that. Are you jealous? Like, do you ever, like, feel, like, blah, blah, blah with Rupert? Do you have feelings for Rupert? And I was like, you wish I had feelings for Rupert.
You're friends.
No, like, the show would have wished I'd had feelings for Rupert.
And that you came out
right
in front of me.
On this YouTube video, and having never discussed it previously, I have feelings for Rupert. I'm sorry to tell you this way. And then if you hadn't known that happened and that's the cut that made it, we would have had a really big fight.
Could you imagine Rupert's face?
He would have. Oh my God. Yes, actually I can.
Do you want to reenact it?
I can reenact it. If Rupert had seen it, if I had done that, even as a joke, if I had done that, Rupert would have just been like,
guessing that's even if he says why. Okay.
No, it would just been,
He
it would have just
out,
been
like...
rage, leave. Like,
then maybe a light would burst because he'd just be like, absolutely not.
No, that would never happen. Oh, thank you so much for the love you. Yeah, that would have never happened. Heck to the no. I have too much respect for the two of you. Also, he's like a brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, other thing we can both touch on, and we're almost done. So Rupert hates the S-Box.
Oh my god, yeah, he does.
He hates S-Box, he hates the Phasma box, he hates the K2, he hates all paranormal equipment. Oh my god, what did you read?
Just Aaron. Would have been a good moment for the what we do in the shadows. He's my pal, my good time boy, my squeeze cheese. Yes.
Is that where your reference of squeeze cheese comes from?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh, I just thought the marathon, we could watch What We Do in the Shadows.
Right.
Anyway.
He doesn't like the S-Box. I remember the first time we used the S-Box, he very much was like, it's loud.
He wanted to prove his existence. That's the only reason why he did it.
And then he did, and then he didn't need to do it ever again.
Yep.
He doesn't feel the need to be validated in that way.
Some
ghosts don't, generally speaking.
Yeah, he has come through in the Phasma box sometimes. We've practiced with that, but that's really, really rare. And on top of that, the last time he did it, he was wanting to make me feel better about something, and he said something really sweet, and I didn't share that with the producing team. He said nice things to me before that we agree, it's just for me, and they're small, and they're enough.
Yay.
Oh, great.
Thank you for the booking.
I saw that too. Booking.
Okay, very excited to meet you. Look, there's a lot of evidence of a lot of, like, different things out there. I would say that some is just not for other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Some is just not for, you got a hedgehog.
Thank you for the hedgehog. Thank you for saying that.
You're most welcome.
You have a different viewpoint. You're tall.
I am tall, for those who don't know. I'm pretty tall. But anyway.
Do I look short now?
This is what you're asking me right now when I was trying to make a point.
Sorry. I thought the problem
I
held.
don't even remember what I was going to say.
No.
It's too late. No, it's gone.
No. Point.
And I still don't remember what it is.
No. Okay,
Thank you.
We're talking about the S-Box.
Okay.
We're talking about how some ghosts don't like to use it.
Yeah, some ghosts don't like to use it.
We were talking about, I was about to mention that it exhausts some ghosts.
It does, yes. It takes a lot of oomph because you have to speak with your mouth. You have to talk. You have to speak. And that takes a lot of energy when you stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of years ago.
Most spirits speak through mind.
Someone always needs to be able to reach things on the top shelf. That's me.
I climb.
I
climbed on the stove the other day. No one was around. I had to get my thing. Anyway,
that's so sad for you. Anyway, so S-Box. So everybody was like, "Oh my god." Okay, first of all, two things about that. This is in reference to a comment that I saw. I'll go to a different point since I forgot my original point. Somebody is like, I think that's what it said. Not him, but it. So they don't know what he is. I'm like, no, actually, because when I am paranormal investigating, I'm listening to a box that makes radio sounds that go. So of course, when I'm looking at the noise comes out of, I'm gonna reference the box specifically. Mm-hmm. That was not a dig at Rupert specifically. That was literally me just being like, okay, I think that's what came out of the box. And I'm not gonna be like, I believe that is what came out of the S-Box at this moment in time. It's gonna be like, I'm pretty sure that's what came out of it.
Also, just reminded, I felt bad about this when Rupert said, "I love you," the box. And I responded with, "I appreciate that." Context. I didn't think he'd say that. And so I said, I appreciate you saying that on this box for this.
I'm so sorry to laugh. That was so funny.
Thank you, ma'am.
Like, that was just really funny to me. You
I
were just
felt
like,
bad.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Here they are trying to be like, Rebekah's in love, and I'm like, I appreciate that.
And
Like,
I was just sitting there like, okay.
like,
It was just so good. It was so good. You can't plan that. It's just perfect.
Rupert and I primarily speak through
But
our
also,
emotions.
they were like, oh, you know, they made a connection with something that only gives one word answers. And I'm like, yes, because he answered the question. You know, he answered the question.
I primarily speak with him through Claire emotion. So that means sharing emotions. Like,
I love you, K-Face. No, it's even what I love you scene.
Oh my goodness. Like, if I can't have an S-box out on the street talking with somebody, like, I could, but, like, I don't.
No, we asked direct questions, he gave us answers. Like,
Yeah.
I don't pick at you about how you answer questions about, like, oh, what do you think about this? Do you think this is a good idea? Yes.
What do you think of the K2 meter?
Plastic.
Wait. That was cut.
No, because he was sitting there, and I remember, because he had his leg like this, and he was sitting with his arms crossed. And I was looking at him, and I'm like, all right. And then he said, what do you think of the K2 meter? You went, it's plastic. And then that's literally...
What do you want?
Like, this is why I'm a good past loved ones reader. This is what I do in my past loved one readings. I'll be like, okay, so your loved one sat like this and just went, that's wrong. Like,
This is true.
This is truth. This is stuff.
Thank you, Kathleen.
These are things that I do as a person.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Every now and then I'll do an impression of a spirit guide, which is really funny. You do impressions of past loved ones.
I do.
And I do impressions
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do impressions of spirit guides too. Sally, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate you being a part of the Boo Crew. Oh no, we have a subwave.
What does that mean?
Subwave! Wait, I hate to interrupt. I apologize, everybody. I hate to interrupt, but on my live stream, we are in a subwave. I have a subscription called the Boo Crew, and you get your own private community, as well as discounts on readings and merchandise and things like that. It's a beautiful community, lots of different things going on, lots of wonderful people. Right now, we just hit a subwave because I was like, oh no, subwave, where we have 2 out of 7 subscribers, and if we hit a subwave, TikTok gets excited about it. We've already hit our hunt for 100, and I'm working on getting that tattoo. Don't you worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know. I never knew. I don't know live things. I just go live.
Do you guys want me to get Rebekah to start a subscription thing? Because I could talk to you about that.
I mean,
I could set that up for you.
I mean, if you want that, I usually just tell people to join my Patreon.
You can do that too.
Where you can like get courses
see,
and
everybody's
stuff.
saying yes. They're saying yes.
Oh, your people are saying yes, or my people say, oh, I'm getting yeses. Sorry, I have to look at my comments like this, so I look really funny. Yes and yes, please. Okay, if y'all want it, I'll do it. We would, yes. Okay, cool.
If you enjoy, yay! M sent 5 subscriptions. We hit our subwave. Yay! We hit our subwave.
P.S. I'm not trying to ignore anybody. We have 2 ring lights going because we have dual lives, and I literally can't see a lot of my comments. But also, this is a themed live where we're actually like responding to stuff regarding a specific video. If you want a general live, please come back at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Why did something just happen? Decline. If you want a general live for general Q&As, that's going to be Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when I do that.
Big shout out to M for sending all kinds of subscriptions to people on this day. Oh, yay! And we got an extension. We hit our subwave. Thank you so much, M. I will definitely, please send me a text afterwards so I can tell you how amazing you are. And thank you, Erin, for the hands of magicalness. Anyway,
that's cool.
Sorry, that was very that's what my lives are. I don't usually have structure and things like that.
I try to educate people in my lives.
I try to have entertaining things happen.
We do very different lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes we talk to my guide. Sometimes we do filthy reads. It's a great time. Look at all this.
I've started doing reads.
Look at all this. Look at this. Look at this. Are we going to hit our goal of 125 today? Because that'd be dope.
Yeah, I don't do goals.
We'll see what
and
happens.
Stuff. I'm just
but
like,
anyway,
if y'all want to learn about how to do this stuff yourself, like psychic development and stuff, just check out my Patreon. That's the extent of what I do.
Anyway,
I entertain in my skits.
So back to the task at hand, my friends. So yeah, Rupert actually did say quite a bit more than he usually would, just for the purpose of that, and then they only used like 2 things.
Yeah. Like, and you did that transcription.
Raven's cat equals fun. Rebekah equals learning. Wow, I don't teach you guys anything? Are you serious? I don't teach you about sharks every time I see you? Or when to worry about the tarot card that you got? Like, I don't teach you anything? Goodness gracious, anyway.
Yeah, Rupert did a lot for that video, far more with tech that he ever does. The only reason why we used the tech was they wanted to talk about you being a paranormal investigator, and they wanted some proof for their show that he existed on their side. Some didn't believe it, some did. That wasn't the point. Thank you, ma'am.
But the point of the video was not to believe in ghosts.
Right.
The point of the video was just to say, hey, this is a thing that other people experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry that upsets you.
Yeah, really though.
Are you lonely? Are you okay? Do you need somebody to talk to?
That one comment, oh, they can't giggle that much. Oh, thank you.
Bro, literally mad for us having joy.
Yeah, they're like, that
what?
can't be real.
What is that? What in the heck was that? They were like, oh, adults don't act like this. Really? Have you met me? I act like that all the time.
Like, maybe that's why we have platforms, because we actually act the way that we do. Plus, like, I really had to get over having a camera on us sharing things that we typically are private about. Like,
I was a mess about it.
You said really pretty things to me and I nearly started crying, but like I usually do that alone on my own time. Like I typically don't do that.
Thank you, Twin Play, for subscribing. Wow, we're just gaining momentum on this day. Boo Crew Unite! Heck yeah, welcome. I hope you're ready, but welcome nonetheless.
And my people, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
I have a rock.
As for everyone that's joining the Boo Crew, thank you so much. That's where you find out what lives are happening when, and getting to help me decide what it is I'm gonna do sometimes. It's a good time. Anyway, there was a lot of. I'm gonna be. Can I be vulnerable for a second? Can I be like so 100? I was really anxious about doing this at all. Like, I really was, because, like, that was, like, I was putting out, like, things that I would consider mine and, like, private stuff. That, like, I was putting out a lot of things that were very personal to me, private to me. Talking about Rupert, talking about that aspect, that's completely different, like, but I had to, like, kind of put behind how I would normally interact with you in that setting. And then I had to be more vulnerable in a way. And I was very anxious about that. But, like, you know, you didn't make me feel, like, crazy about it. I just, you know, I love it. It was good. I had a great time. I don't have emotions. I don't emote. No emote.
You did so well.
I'm really glad that we did it.